Hey everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. Today we are in Philadelphia, PA. Yesterday we had a great training session, the Super Saturday. People from all over the states flew in. It was an expo and training courses. Even some people from England showed up. Had a great time, and today's the next day and we're doing some diagnostics, and then we're going to Staten Island for a couple days, so it should be really fun. Today I'm working with Mike Salazar from what's your channel name, Mike?
Mike Salazar Diagnostics.
Yeah, so I'll put a link in the description. Mike is super sharp, like, you know, Keith's level. I know very few people who are on that level with European cars, diagnostics. I mean, you know, I'm very humbled to be working with people like this. And today we're just gonna diagnose a couple cars together.
Have fun.
Yeah. What is this thing? 1990s Lexus ES300. The shop owner says you start it up and it runs fine, and then it kind of like cuts out. So battery's disconnected. Let's get started. Well, what's the first thing to do, Mike? Reconnect the battery?
Yes, definitely.
see what happens, right?
See if we have any juice.
See if we have any. Yeah, I guess we can tighten up the terminals.
Yeah, let's see.
And the terminal looks a little rigged up. Get a wrench on there, tighten it up, and see what happens. Alright, so it's a 1996 Lexus with 323,000 miles. Dang. Got the VARs booted up, ID'd by the VIN, and since the battery was disconnected, obviously we have no codes. We're just going to look at some basic data PIDs and start this thing up and see what it does. See if it goes in the closed loop and go from there. So let's just, you know, display codes. There shouldn't be anything in the computer. See if we can talk to it. Okay, no codes present. Good. Data display. Engine. Now it's 96, so we should have a pretty decent amount of data available. And custom list, RPM, TPS, coolant temp, intake air. Let's do ignition advance, short term, long term, trims. And let's take a look at the oxygen sensors. Those are key as you reach closed loop. Uh-oh. We lost communication. This is my connector. Let's see, exit. Let's try again. Maybe this is the problem he was talking about. No, it's No-Comm. Uh-oh. Well, let's see if it starts. No start.
Okay.
Crank no start. All right.
That is a different approach right now.
Different approach right away.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so we definitely lost communication. What we can do is, well, we hook up a breakout box, see, you know, for the computer's dropping offline, we still have the check engine light on. Let's just try one more time. So it was talking for a little bit. So it's a No-Comm right now. So this should be actually an interesting case study, not some like oxygen sensor, you know.
It is a no start for sure.
Okay, definitely crank no start. So right away, change in direction. Let's look up some wiring diagrams and develop a plan of attack.
So you're finding the same thing now.
All right, so Mike, if you crank it right, it's like a long crank time, but it actually starts and runs somewhat crappy. Yep. And then it stalls out. We still can't talk to it. So right now the game plan is to go right for the engine computer and see if we at least have good powers and grounds. And there's only one communication line, so that shouldn't be hard to check. I mean, I think that is that the next step.
That's what I would do, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, it's weird that this kind of communicate and now doesn't talk.
You record each one when you do?
Yeah. The case studies, we put them up on YouTube, and it's like a share the knowledge, and you know, people comment and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta get.
Alright, so we're doing powers and grounds at the engine computer. It's convenient here under the glove box. And based on our wiring diagrams, here's the ECM. And we have two power feeds. One is constant power, the white with the blue, pin 14 connector D. And the other one comes from this EFI relay with the key on. And that is a let's see, BO, pin 23. That'll be this guy. Let's see. It's black and orange. You can see we have a light. If you turn the key off, Mike, will this light go away? Yes, it does. Key on. Okay, so that power is good. And the rest of them, let's see here. Get the light in the picture. So that's one power, and the other one, this blue and white, that's a constant battery power. And we can also check the all the grounds. There's 3 grounds. They're all in connector A. And we have pins 33, 34 white and black, pin 28 brown. So it's pretty convenient. If you know you have at least one good power or ground, you can check the other ones right away. So that's one good ground, and these 2 pins, 33 and 34. So we're not worried about powers and grounds to this engine computer. Okay? Pretty quick and easy check. Now, why is this thing not talking? Well, let's find the communication lines going to our OBD2 connector over there. And it's not a CAN system, it's just a single wire going to our data link connector. And now let's see, there's like 3 data link connectors here because it's OBD, early OBD2, and we want to find the actual one under the dash, and that would be, let's see, there's another data link connector there, battery pin 16, SDL pin 2, okay, and there's a ground on 4, and there's a ground on 5, and those are all, let's see here.
And we got those since we can see it on the box.
Yeah, and we have a breakout box right here, and we can see pin 2 is not blinking with the key on. And that's the only pin that's physically, that we're worried about on that data link connector. This SDL pin 2. So we can put a scope on there, maybe do a tap test on the computer, see if we get communication back. That's what we need right now for this car to actually start and run. I think that's the next logical step. We already have a scope out. Yep. See if we can somehow wake up this computer, because otherwise, if it has powers and grounds and it's not talking, then there's not too many other variables.
Well, we'll have to check still, the 5-volt reference, see if you have any shorters,
Yeah, for sure.
But, yeah, let's at least see if we have any communication or not, because it can be a break in the wiring from there to here. So
right, and we already have the connectors here, so we can do checks on both ends.
Yeah, correct.
All right, so we're hooked up to that SGL communication wire. Nothing. 0. No-Comm. Yeah, like Mike said, we can go under the hood, do like a 5-volt reference check. Probably won't be there. See if anything's shorted or taking the computer down. But it's starting to look like a bad computer. Okay, so right. So next check, 5-volt reference. If we go to our handy component test meter, we're just on the TPS. We want to make sure we're on the right wire. Throttle position sensor, component information. Pin 4 is PCM 5 volts. The glare is ridiculous. And the other side's a ground, which is a brown wire. So that's the ground. We're on the 5-volt reference. And sure enough, we actually see 5 volts on there. 4.9, nice steady. So you can crank it, see if anything happens. try to block the sun a little bit. Let's focus on the live reading. So it kind of runs, not really. Let's see if we can talk to it while it's running. No, still no comm. No, it doesn't want to rev. Let's plug the TPS back in. Ooh, so it runs better with the TPS off. That's. Let's try again. And that's what the owner said was happening. Man. So with the TPS unplugged, it actually ran. It didn't stall, right? Let's see, unplug this guy again. It's an interesting variable.
That was with the one unplugged?
With it unplugged, it. Giving a slight throttle. Obviously, runs like garbage.
Fire too.
Yeah. Okay. So Mike's gonna just put the lead on the battery, and then we'll jump into our scanner. The key is out. We just want to communicate to the wireless module. You hear it beep.
Tight.
All right. Yeah, I mean, good enough. So now this should come online. And we already have, not yet, we already have our scope window set up to measure the communication signal. See if that drops out. Okay, so we're in Lexus ES300, main menu, engine. And should we just start it and then get the data display up?
Just put the ignition first.
Just ignition first.
Yeah, see if pin 2 start to blink on the bot.
No, we don't have pin. Let's see, display codes. And no codes present, so it's talking.
It is talking?
Okay, let's look at our scope viewer.
Is any activity in there?
Nope, let's start it. Damn.
Weird.
Let's go back. See if we can see any data. Nope, no comm.
Now is that come?
Display codes and no comm. So we had it for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, we cannot do this. I would think that what we should do now is just remove the engine computer.
Yep. And
see if we can visually inspect and see if it has any blown capacitor or something, because this is sound like a bad computer.
Yeah, it does. It certainly sounds. So we'll get it out and just do a visual inspection.
Long gone.
All right, well, victory on the Lexus. We got the computer out. Took a little bit of work. And we're looking for capacitors, just aging, blown capacitors. And sure enough, if we tilt this guy up, what do we see? We see a mess right at this little capacitor. It's just black crud all over. And it's basically destroying the circuit board right there. So in this case, do you think this is salvageable if you get a new capacitor in here, if you clean it up, or is it just need a new PCM? What do you think, Mike? Would you rebuild this in your shop?
I will try to.
You try
The
to?
first thing what you need to do is, well, get the capacitor out of the
Yes.
way immediately because it's acid.
Oh.
And it's, you know, it's eating all the traces.
Yes.
So
Yes, that's not
after
good.
Cleaning with, like, you know, a PC board cleaner or alcohol, then you can see how much this damage has spread out.
Yes.
Because if it's you know, the board traces is not repairable.
Then it's not repairable. So the traces are suffering. Yeah, that's quite the find. Yeah, that capacitor is blown out the bottom, so you can like tilt it. It's all soft and squishy. And if it harmed the traces, then you're in bad shape. So that's it. That's the Lexus. Poor running. Sometimes no start, no comm, because of that guy right there. So with that, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. And I want to say huge thanks to Mike for helping me out with the diagnostics.
It's been a pleasure, man.
I mean, I'm learning so much.
Ivan is a great tech. I mean, he is impressive. He's super smart. I'm actually humbled to be right next to you. I mean,
Really? Oh,
smart.
man.
I really appreciate you taking me out because this is very nice. I like it. I love problematic cars, you know. Challenges are always good in life. It makes it interesting. So thank you so much.
Agreed. That's how you learn, the big challenges.
Yep.
Yeah, and both of these, not straightforward. It wasn't just like, you know, oxygen sensor or something simple.
Yep.
We got a European and a blown PCM on a Lexus, so fantastic. Thanks a lot for watching. We're going to Staten Island. Be there for a couple days and maybe visit Mike's shop one of these days.
Definitely, man. Come over.
Yeah, he described it. I'm super excited to see his setup. But with that, we'll say goodbye and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.